Your grace is all I see. Your mercy there.
Hello, man, sir. Moro. Amurara. The Paganda now. Limonchira, the Limonchira.
Hi guys, welcome to the Sahel Revolution. I think you know that our channel has actually experienced what we call like the kind of coming from the caterpillar to the butterfly, because we started as Black Consciousness Movement channel, which was all about, you know, our Black consciousness, you know, being aware of our kind of being proud of our own hair, being proud of our cultures, traditions and all that. And out of the blue, we had a leader coming up, Ibrahim Traore, who was really changing and shaping the narrative in the African continent. So because they wanted to assassinate him, as they usually do with our leaders, we have decided to make this channel the Traore Army, because we realized that we needed to create awareness. And then now we realize that there is 3 Sahel leaders that are making and shaping the African continent in real time. So we now change it to the Sahel Revolution. But obviously, it doesn't mean that we are not going to talk about cultures and all that. And today we're going to use that opportunity to celebrate our 36th independence celebration. So let's get started.
Yeah, at the Putuli, Travada. Arumendomba. Gatua de Nuko Yito Majitiapo, Ontarians. Wareba Gado non penny. Gimmets, Wagado non penny. And go Shaviarican.
Come on.
From Ottawa.
Stop it.
Ombo, Gatuade.
Now let's talk about Namibia. Oh my goodness. Namibia has the most beautiful woman. Okay, let's not even kind of sugarcoat it. Can you see what I'm talking about? That is what I'm talking about. Look at that. Like seriously, we have the most beautiful women, I would say, obviously. Anyway, yeah, look at that. Enjoy, obviously, guys. I'm gonna put the music on now.
Your grace is all I see. Your mercy never you. You turned my life around. Gave me a brand new soul. Jesus, you they do wonder. You they do wonder. You turn my life around. Gave me a brand new soul. Jesus, you they do wonder. Your grace is all I see. Your mercy never you. You turned my life around. Gave me a brand new soul. Jesus, you they do wonder. You they do wonder. You turn my life around. Gave me a brand new soul. Jesus, you they do wonder.
The jollof rice was rising, the purevos was pastorosing, and the meat, guess what, was rising, because Herreros loves meat, right? And the carrot salad, I don't even want to say anything. So as we are celebrating this day, obviously we had different things to do. For example, we had speakers that were touching on different topics. And, you know, like, for example, Meki was touching on the land acknowledgement. And then we had another speaker who was talking on, I think, the genocide. And then we had another speaker who were talking about just really what we have accomplished as a country and what we haven't, just to reflect on that. Now in the next video, I actually made a video, I think 2 years ago, about the 3 different genocide. And I have to touch base on that because as we are celebrating the Namibian independence, the world need to know that the first genocide actually didn't happen in Germany. It actually happened on the African continent in a small country called Namibia, back then Southwest Africa, Namibia. So I'm going to put a video here that I talked about this 2 years ago, and you're going to listen to it, and we're going to continue celebrating our independence.
What has happened in the past to Christians, what is happening currently to Christians in Armenia, it's evil. So your feeling that it's unique is probably, I want to recognize it, but I don't want to sit here and pretend that
I make a simpler question then. I'll
minimize what I've been through. I mean, unique evils, slavery. I'm a Black woman. I mean, there's tons of things that have happened, and I don't want to pretend that I think that when it happens to Jews, it's somehow more evil or more unique than when it happens to other groups all around the world.
Most of the time, what happened to the Jews is regarded as extremely different or evil in comparison to what happened to others. So I'm going to use the genocide in general, and then we close that chapter if we have to move to something else. For example, start with the Hereros. The Hereros genocide actually happened between 1904 to 1908. When you calculate that, that's 4 years, right? The Jews genocide happened between 1941, if I'm not mistaken, to 1945. I think that's 4 years. But it looked like, the Jews was actually 3 years, but let me say it's 4 years. Okay, that's it. So it's the same. Now, could it be that the genocide that happened to the Jews was actually maybe way faster? Like it happened faster, people were killed to an disappropriate faster level than in any other genocide? No, of course not. The Rwanda genocide that happened in 1994, which happened obviously between April and July, actually was faster because it was 100 days. Within 100 days, 1 million people were killed. So it wasn't faster. So what else could we look at? Like what makes the genocide that happened to the Jews much more maybe uniquely evil than what happened to others? Could we now take that maybe the Jews that were killed were actually much more in comparison to, like, maybe, for example, in other genocide? No. Because it is estimated that 9.5 million Jews were living in Europe during that time when they were killed, and 6 million were killed. And that's a lot. Like, I'm not minimizing the fact that that's a lot of people from one tribe or from one nation to be killed. That's a lot. However, that's 60%, but we also need to consider that there were other Jews outside Europe, right? So it's going to be less than 60%. Now, the Hereros, it was actually 80% of the Hereros that were killed. So the Hereros were killed much more in comparison to the Jews, right? Because you have 100, I'm just taking, an example. You have 100,000 people, and then you killed 80,000, you have only 20,000 left. So it's not necessarily depending on the amount of the people that were killed in the sense of like 6 million, maybe Herero were 80,000 in that sense. No, it's a percentage taken when we are looking at a specific, because remember, it's going to take us back to what a genocide is. A genocide is obviously a complete cleansing of a specific ethnic group, right? So if you are cleansing this group to obviously eradicate them completely from the earth, right? So you're going to have to look at a percentage, because depending on the percentage, you're going to know that like 80% of people, killing 80% of people, it's crazy, it's insane. And it's funny that this genocide is not even well known, right? So can you see that there's nothing about something being uniquely evil in comparison to others?
and for. Bring glory to their breath, their reed is our freedom. For love and loyalty, together in unity, contrast and beautiful Namibia, Namibia, our
Kelly